spellcaster and my fairy ever kiss and make up? Honestly, who knows? At this point in time, it very much feels like they hate each other, which is super fun for me when I'm just trying to vibe. I'm just trying to be out here telling the stories that I want to tell. I do want to focus on these two in this part though, because the last few parts have really been focused on Nora and Echo, and that's kind of obviously because I've been like putting in the work when it comes to the new skills. Nora's obviously been focused on the apothecary, and Echo has been focused on the natural living. But of course, there were other elements, fairies being one of the main elements of this pack. Kieran actually did get the fairy ability of growth eruption, and I kind of wanted this for him because they were feeling a little bit sorry for Nora. Definitely have seen how she has been struggling with trying to keep her thirst up, and he very much respects the fact that Nora is like, I don't want to drink from anyone, even if I have their permission to do so. I don't feel right doing that, and has been trying to obviously survive off like the plasma packs that she can get. But she did actually get the plasma fruit tree that we needed. I don't think we can make our own plasma packs from this, but we are actually going to fly here, and then can you do a cheeky little growth eruption so that this plasma fruit tree can grow? There we go. That's what I like to see. Apparently this is only summer and fall, but I think this is actually enchanted right now for 3 days, which does mean that it will actually have a harvest on it. Aaron, what are you doing? How do we not have bee days in this game? He got this little moodlet. Don't worry, that wasn't just like a random thought that I had of like, why do bee days not exist? He got the Poseidon's kiss, and I was like, what the hell is that? It looks disgusting. Why have they chosen that as the icon? But you know, don't act like you don't know. You know that thing. I had to Google this, which God help the FBI agent who is looking at my Google searches. I promise you it was because of The Sims, but apparently that's when like the backsplash hits you. Anyway, enough about his toilet time. Their relationship isn't great right now. These two have really taken a disliking to each other. They just keep fighting with one another, and obviously it's Winterfest. Are you kidding me? No, we're not celebrating Winterfest. I'm sorry, this is a supernatural let's play. You know, seasons, your time was many, many moons ago, and we don't even have weather. But Aaron does want to learn more about fairies, their kind of like history of being an occult. He is trying to get like more to grips with the occults, not just spellcasters, because he does know that he's been pretty self-obsessed recently, and he only has ever really cared about spellcasters. So of course, very, very handy for us when we live right near the Fairy Council hub. We are actually going to join a little group with Kieran. We are going to, oh, they don't like you enough to join. Damn it! These two are so annoying. They've really thrown a spanner in my works. But we're gonna have Kieran go and speak to the one and only Karen. Oh, who actually has an ailment right now. These two kind of have like a will they, won't they? Honestly, if you couldn't tell, not to fairy shame him, he is a really big flirt. But basically, he is gonna distract whilst we try and investigate the fairy court documents and learn about Everdue history. Because if these two have shown us anything, it's the fact that fairies and spellcasters don't get along so well. But Kieran is like, okay, if you're actually being serious and you do actually want to like learn more about fairies, I'm gonna give you this. I will go and distract. I'll flirt a little bit with Care. I do feel like Kieran has big like younger brother energy. We're gonna try and rizz up, which I really don't think is gonna go down all that well. Sing about Winterfest. We are not going to try to pickpocket. Okay, what's going on here? Why are they just like not interacting? This just like is not working, which is really annoying. Why are they not interacting with each other? What the heck is going on? Oh, it's because we were waiting for fecking Diego. Are you serious right now? That means that I lost. Right, let's hear a tale from Care. We'll do a cheeky little belly laugh. I want to rizz up. I value the time we spend together. The Mossvale Fairy Hub is not a place to muck around in. There are some highly classified documents in there. Not sure who gave the green to build the Star Song Lounge across the way, but we've got rowdy people trying to take candidates in the courtroom. Please be respectful. Ooh, okay, so that was actually the tale we got from Care. Let's be real, it was probably Kieran. Kieran has actually worked for, like, the council. Like I said, he's, like, the sworn protector. One of the sworn protectors, not, like, the sworn protector. But his family is, like, of noblemen, I guess. I don't really know what noblemen are. I'll be so real. But he's basically, like, worked for the council. He has, like, protected the realm. And that is kind of, I know it's not an official job, but that's what he does. That's what his family has done, and it was kind of just passed down onto him. So he was probably the one, honestly, in the courtroom taking selfies, like doing all of this, posing, you know the drill. Uncovered dark details about the evil gnomes. Apparently, after the Gnome Wars, it was Mother Nature who instructed fairies to remove gnome liveliness for peace, leaving them to their current fate of temporary life through enchantment. The evil gnomes escaped before the ruling and formed the High Gnome Council in rebellion. Their favorite holiday is Harvest Fest. I so wish that this had like another occult to it. I wish that gnomes just like weren't the gnomes in the game. We're actually gonna try and investigate court documents again and see if we get anything else. Ooh, should we actually check what fables Karen has? I kind of want to see. Actually, this could be really, really good for us because, like I said in the first part, Karen is actually based off like the Fair family who use tunnels to get like through nature, and I feel like the stone is kind of like the epicenter of that. And I know that doing Karen's fables actually unlocks the Starseed teleporter. So a family who owned everything in the world had not yet finished grabbing their share. And these Sims, you should know, up in their chateau had money to spend without care. Now, Jeffrey thought schools, but dear Nancy thought pools should become their next big endeavor, but they both had such pride and could not decide on just whose idea was more clever. Ask fairies for an item to deliver. This is great because we actually need to befriend two fairies. No, Karen, don't leave. Ooh, we did get a new one. Oh wait, this might be the history instead of the court documents. The history of Everdew began after Mother Nature used the full moon's powers to pour her emotions into Moondrop Springs, and the spring was left forever enchanted with a mind of its own. From there, the Moondrop Springs served as the birthplace of fairies, whereby the raw emotions of Mother Nature, the springs and fairies in tandem naturally evolved into the fantastical forest seen today. fly. Whoa, they are running. They are sprinting. Oh, are they going to go vomit because of their ailment? That's definitely what is going on right now. I mean, a pretty good distraction if you ask me. So these do appear in your career panel. Ask a fairy for an emotion potion. We definitely did not do that. So why did it say that we did? We collected fairy dust. We have emotion potions in our inventory, but we didn't ask a specific fairy for them. I actually wanted to see, I know she was out and about before, and now I don't think she's out, which is really, really sad. I kind of wanted to ask Titania. He's finished up in the fairy hub. You know, we definitely didn't just come out of there. It is all good. Patrice Mulligan and I have no idea who that is. I hate when Sims who I don't even care about. Why can I move in a household? They must not be at home. We can invite her over to our current lot. I really wanted to get to know Oberon though as well. Like, I kind of wanted a cheeky little flirt. I do feel as if Titania and Oberon maybe do have a more like open relationship between them, especially probably more so on Oberon's side, but let's invite her in. We need to try and become friends with her. We're also not friends with Care just yet either. We're actually gonna complain about Winterfest to Titania. It's definitely more of like a human kind of holiday. That's a thing, actually. I should add some, like, occult holidays in. Let me know what I should add. I feel like we should do, like, summer and winter solstice, which could be pretty cool. And then if there's any others, I do think, like, a mischief day for the fairies or, like, a do-good day for the fairies. Vampires, they could have one where they, like, respect their history. Maybe that's more of, like, a Spellcasters type thing. Oh, my goodness gracious me. She does not want to hear it. I tried to cheer her up and she was like, no thank you. We are going to shift our look or shift another's look, and then I think we're also going to go for fairy insight. I want him to get to know people quite easily, so let's actually, oh, we can't use it. We need some more emotional force. How about we down a let's not go for a scared emotion. Let's drink that confident emotion. Ooh, she's non-committal. I told you. They have a cheeky little, like, open relationship. We are definitely gonna get a little bit flirty with quite a few of the fairies. Oh my goodness. Okay, we can absorb her emotion. What am I doing? Of course we can absorb her emotion. Also, I realized the reason his ability points were going up so quickly is because he has the high fae lineage. Any fairy with that actually does go up at an accelerated rate, but fairies do just gain that like way easier than anyone else. We are going to know her traits. I want to see what makes her. Actually, probably should have gone for like likes or dislikes, but ooh, we're now attracted to her. She's also good and a slob. I might be the type to utilize the gnome's assistance when the house gets a touch unkempt, but who are you to pass any judgment? Not all of us are neat, and what Oberon doesn't know won't hurt him, so keep this between us. That is her little tale. Oh my god, how are we not friends yet? She's playing so hard to get. Maybe I should try and be a little bit flirty with her. She actually seems to enjoy it. We rizzed her up and she was lapping it up. There we go. We finally befriended her. We should also probably try and ask her for that emotion potion. Oh. Apparently we can't. We just have to deliver it. Even though I definitely didn't ask someone for it, can we already deliver it with Ren? Any of the Fable interactions can actually be found under stories, so we can actually go and deliver this. So, ooh, actually, can you instantly fly here? And then give that to Ren real quickly. We should also probably try and have a cheeky little cleanse in nature. I'm trying to think. Oh, we'll just go to our house for it. I was trying to find the nearest plant, but we can really do it in any of these plants. Cleanse in nature. And so Jeffrey got sneaky and Nancy got cheeky. Their plans, they both secretly smother. A password reset for the bank account's net was surely to foil the other. But they could not expect the login to get wrecked, and now neither could get any money. So instead of rapport, they're seemingly poor and nobody won, which is funny. We got the Star Seed Teleporter. It's placed in our household inventory, an emotion potion, and randomized fruit seeds. Ooh. Trash fruit. Great. Cool. We're gonna give that to Nora, considering she is definitely the kind of gardener out of all of us. But cleansing in nature as a fairy actually gets up your hygiene, which is pretty cute. She has taken herself off, so real quickly we are going to regen some emotional force. Aaron is helping himself to some food, which is good because I do actually need the boys' needs to be like up there. I'm just gonna stick that in your inventory for now. You can actually collect all of that fairy dust. Can you evolve this? Yes. Yeah, yes you can. I should have evolved all, but I don't actually think anything else needs evolving. And then let's actually go into our household inventory. Travel and explore strange hidden lands where few have ever set foot upon. Experience wonders some Sims have only dreamed of, but find your own way home requires fairy dust. So we're actually gonna kind of like I was gonna like hide this, but it's actually super close to the cauldron if we go over there. So let's place it over here instead. There is obviously one of these available in Everdew. It's like directly across the bridge from us, but it's now handy that we have our own because that means that we can travel to the magic realm anytime. Now, of course, Aaron could already do this. Oh my god, you got a special gift for us? Invite you in. I want to know what that gift is. I appreciate your kindness and friendship. Quickly grab that gift off her. Is she actually gonna give it to us, or is she gonna give it to somebody else? She's giving it to Nora. Damn. You know, now that I'm pretty much done, I wanted to hang out for a little bit. Oh, we're gonna try to pretend and understand fairy traditions. Offer a listening ear. We got a rare plant packet. We're gonna open that bad boy up. That's so cute. Even though the fairies don't really celebrate Winterfest, Titania was still like, I really appreciate you being like a really good friend, and I'm gonna give you this. Nora feels being romantically reserved is very important to her and seems to be spending more time on herself. I'm gonna say no for right now. I just want to open those rare plants. Are you two fighting? I couldn't hear any fighting. Okay, you're not fighting. What do we get? What do we get? We got a confident magic bean. Okay, probably one of the least exciting. But now that we have our Starseed teleporter, we are actually gonna teleport to the one and only magic realm. Like I was saying, I know Aaron can technically already do this with his Glimmerstone, but Kieran is going to teleport with Aaron over to the magic realm because Aaron kind of wants to start dueling the other spellcasters. He's like, you know what? I've read up on a few fairy like history and stuff. I completely agree with you. He already agreed with Karen on the fact that like fairies shouldn't be trapped as familiars and definitely shouldn't be doing like spellcasters bidding for them. Like he was already on board the second that Karen told him, hence why he actually even followed Karen to Everdew in the first place. But now that he's actually like in it and he's absorbing like fairy culture, he really does understand that, you know, fairies aren't just these like small forms. They're not just here for our entertainment. They're very much like their own beings and should be considered their own beings and shouldn't just be trapped in these orbs. So he actually needs to win duels against other spellcasters. Now, I don't know how well this is gonna go. I feel like we don't have the best kind of draw on our magic. I also, not gonna lie, cannot even remember how we duel. I think we just click on other like spellcasters, to be completely honest. So you actually might be a spellcaster. We're gonna go give you a rude introduction, actually. Wait, I know that Gemma is definitely a spellcaster, so let's do a cheeky little rude introduction on her. He's like, do you have an orb of a fairy? Because you absolutely shouldn't. And then challenge to magic duel. We're just gonna go win 3 duels. So we can just do any, right? For knowledge. Yeah, I want to learn more spells. I don't honestly even know if we can get more spells currently. But her from sitting with high maintenance trait. Not his BBL out here throbbing. Ooh. Minerva, are we gonna take on the whole charm family? Honestly, I'm so down. I'll also give a rude introduction to you, Grandma. What trouble is Kieran getting up to? He is browsing the books. Little John. We're actually gonna come out here and give a rude introduction to everyone. We are gonna get mischievous. We are gonna start pulling some pranks on these spellcasters. We lost. We lost against a feckin' teenager. Karen's relationship with Alfonso started on a bad foot. Fairies and spellcasters do not mix well. Honestly, it's a really big step for Aaron to even come here with Karen. Like, to be seen out in public with a fairy, that is basically like throwing your social status into the bin when it comes to spellcasters. Right, let's try and no, don't duel for ingredients. I want to duel for knowledge again. Right, let's get mischievous. We're not gonna demand proof of powers. I believe you. I fully believe. We're gonna throw some shade. I'm gonna try and pickpocket. I don't think it's gonna go well considering we are absolutely not close with her. So like, why would she go in for a hug with us? Yep, that's exactly what I was expecting. Is there anything we can do fairy wise? We can bottle her emotion. Let's actually try and decrease her look. Maybe we should have tried to increase his look. Oh, I think he lost that one as well. He's also overheating, which is not good. Sir, get changed. We really need to find someone that we can win in a duel against, but I fear we're not going to be able to win against anyone. Let's go try and introduce ourselves to this spellcaster. Being defeated in a magic duel is one of the most frustrating things for any spellcaster. Keep practicing magic to have a better chance of winning duels. This is so embarrassing for him. Oh my god, go to the toilet. No, we're not facing that embarrassment as well. Get to the toilet right now. You are not about to piss yourself in front of all of these sims. Let's watch this duel and actually see who loses, because whoever loses will take them on. I feel like Ashley is gonna lose. I don't know. I just have a lot of belief in Grace. Yeah, there we go. I knew I had a belief in Grace for a reason. Right, let's go try a friendly introduction. Maybe it's the... I don't know what's going on with my sages. I don't know why they are all different. I still have a feeling we're gonna lose this. Even though Grace won, I feel like Grace is well more of an adept spell. He's getting tossed around like a rag. Yeah, go have a drink. Honestly, go serve yourself a drink. Right, Meki, you... That's so embarrassing for you both, actually. Grace, I was actually just singing your praises. We haven't won any magic duels, which is so infuriating. And luckily, Kieran hasn't really seen too much. He obviously knows that we're not feeling great and that we're feeling very angry. But he just expects that from Aaron nowadays. He's just like, you know what? Aaron is always angry when he's around me. What is new? We're just going to go see if there are any fairy familiars that we can get our hands on. There's the glow frog, the hexdoll, and the sixum owl. Fairly sure we already have the sixum owl, so we're gonna go for those instead. And then we're gonna buy some of these. We don't have enough money, of course we don't. We have 900 simoleons to our name. We need to really start working and getting some simoleons to our name. But in defeat, we are gonna head home. Can we actually head home using this? No, we can't. We have to actually make our own way home. They were not joking when they told us that. Kieran, really quickly, before he tries to take himself to bed, yell out for improper use of magic. No. We're also not going to accuse him of being the burglar. Imagine. He fully saw who the burglar was. Imagine if he just tries to pin it on him. That would be so mean. I wanted to like try and like help him a little bit, but I fear it's gonna go really bad. We're actually going to apologize to Aaron. We kind of feel like, even though that wasn't like our fault, his head wasn't in the game because we were a little bit of a distraction. Oh, he didn't even want to hear it. Oh no, I don't want to do anything mean. We're gonna try and give him a funny gift. We're gonna try and give him the happy emotion potion. Please, Aaron. Karen really is just trying to be nice to you right now. Oh. I thought that we'd be able to choose what we gifted to him, but he did actually like that. He was like, you know what, that did cheer me up a little bit. You're all right sometimes. I'm not gonna say all of the time, but you are okay sometimes. We're gonna attempt to sway his emotion just so that he can get some sleep tonight. We're gonna try and go for a happy fairy influence on him. I don't think it's gonna have like too much of an effect. Oh, he's imbalanced. Maybe that's what's having an effect on him not being able to learn magic that well. No, Karen. Oh, we were doing so well. Why have you got to ruin it? So I'm gonna bring that back down to where it was, because what the hell was that? You did not need to pop off that way. You also go take yourself off to sleep. Oh my word, this whole time I thought that we had to purchase the vampiric tomes actually on the PC, but I can just order them on the bookshelf now that we've unlocked them. So let's read number 2. There we go. Nora read that frogs are a valuable source of materials for creating your own plasma packs. We also discovered a new social, learned a lot about vampires. You can now share vampire knowledge with other sims. That's actually really good, because obviously she has started to get the natural living skill alongside the apothecary. That's always how I used to say it before this pack came out. So foraging should be quite good for obviously getting frogs, and then hopefully making our own plasma packs. We're actually gonna try and throw in a couple of like forage here before her workday begins. Oh, her workday has already begun. Go to work, girl. Why are you here? Real quickly, we are actually gonna have Kieran, if I have enough simoleons for it, which is exactly why I'm buying this. You know, you gotta put in money to see a return, but we're gonna purchase some of the basic tarot decks, and we're gonna hopefully be able to gift that to Aaron. We can see that he's definitely like trying to help with the fairies, and he knows that he's like trying to get more in touch with his like mystical side. He's definitely picking that up from Nora, from knowing her more and more. Another ability point. Are you kidding me? Considering he is leaning in more to his mischievous side, we're gonna go, do I do a cure or apply ailment? We'd mainly use it for the apply ailment, I'm not gonna lie. Manipulate object, directly changing them between clean, dirty, burnt, broken, repaired, or fresh. I don't want to do that one for right now, because just like kind of the ailments and like healing people, he knows that that is kind of Aaron's bag. He knows that that's how Aaron has been like slowly working up his magic from like repairing and cleaning things around the house. So instead, I think we will actually go for influence a relationship, which means that he can now influence the relationships that he has with other Sims. So we're actually going to do that. We're going to influence relationship with Aaron, of course, and we are going to increase the friendly relationship. He doesn't want to be mean to him anymore. He's like, I'm sick of us not getting along. I can see that Aaron is really trying. So let me put him under a little spell. They are still like in the dislike category. He's coming out to get his wakey wakey eggs and bakey. Sorry, Life is Strange really infiltrated my brain chemistry with that one. And then let's go friendly, give him a gift, a friendly gift, and hope. Yes, so we can give him the tarot deck. This is so cute. And now we can start earning simoleons for offering the tarot readings with other Sims. This is going to be like his first foray into the kind of mystical side of the occults and trying to like understand them. Let's do it. Let's offer a tarot reading to Kieran. Ooh, what did you get? Honestly, I can't remember what all of these are. The Empress tarot card was drawn. Does that like say which one? Cool trick, bro. Kieran isn't much impressed by such an obvious ruse. You gave them to him, not him talking about handiness. He's like, hey, I've noticed that you've been like helping out around the house. I'm real proud of you, you know? Your magic is definitely getting better. So he's kind of got his little side hustle of the tarot cards going on. We're gonna start a cheeky little side hustle with Kieran, obviously introduced with Enchanted by Nature. We had the flower press, so we're gonna try and decorate Enchanted. Oh, I forgot that we need like all the stuff to do this. Oh, and it also costs simoleons. We need 3 spinach, which annoyingly I'm fairly sure Nora probably has in her inventory. She also already harvested our items today, so annoyingly might have to wait until, you know, the one responsible adult in this household is at home. When could this happen? He just passed out from falling asleep to a boring movie. Cinema Sin. That's so funny. I don't think I've ever seen that happen. Right. Don't go. Okay, yeah, I'm sure. You can regen your emotional force. We still need to befriend 2 fairy sims. Whilst we're waiting, oh my god, why can we not visit any house? What is going on? Are they just like not in ever? Or am I just not clicking it well enough? We're going to take Titania with us, and then we're going to go visit the Summer Dreams. Ooh, maybe I should have left Titania at our house, actually. What if we autonomously flirt with her in front of Oberon? Maybe I should sneak into Create Sim and change their jealousy settings. The one bad thing about this house being so stunning is that it's actually quite difficult. Okay, their kid is there. Is Oberon around? Oberon, Oberon. Titania is following me. I just don't think there's many places Oberon could be. So maybe he's not in, which is unfortunate. He was the one that I really wanted to speak to, because we're technically already friends with Titania. So instead, it's not even care. I hate when this happens. When the liaison gets replaced with like someone else and then Karen isn't out and about. Daddy is home. Let's go try and give a romantic introduction. Stop right there. Where are you going? Where are you going, sir? Where are you off to? Okay, luckily Titania isn't out and about. Although I really don't think that she would get jealous. But now we have, it's an awkward encounter. We are going to compliment your home. Discuss healthy relationships. And the audacity. Not him bickering with Mara. We're going to spread fake spoilers to her. We're going to basically ruin her entire childhood with that one. Can we also hear a tale from her? Oh my god, we can. I 100% know Titania enchants gnomes to clean the house. He called you out, girl. I love her, but she's a slob. It's just who she is. But if it makes her feel better, I like to enchant my plants instead of care for them. Social stimuli are just as important as fertilizer, and I think my time is better spent chatting it up with my leafy friend Oberon. I know what you are up to, sir. Oberon also said, I have a little side hustle too. Then making a watering schedule, which reminds me, are you for or against plants' rights? They have feelings, you know. I am for all rights, actually, except maybe spellcasters. Do you think I could be the queen of the fairies one day? I want to be the fastest, prettiest, most powerful fairy in all the land. I just need my wings first. Mummy says since I'm so creative, mine'll be cool ones you see in fantasy books. How cool is that? Yeah. I really wish that they went with the storyline that I wanted for her, for the fact that she's not actually a fairy and like never got her wings. I just think that would be so funny. We made friends with him. Now we need to use fairy dust to enchant 3 different items and visit the Mossvale Fairy Hub and use it 3 times. Well, considering we do actually need nosy, hell yes, Karen is such a nosy sim. He's up in everybody's business. I love when that finally serves me one that I like really am enthusiastic about. We're gonna go collect that daily ration. I'm flattered, but I'm not interested in that type of... Yeah, I'm definitely gonna go into Create Sim and do a cheeky little headcanon change. Research how to become non-occult. Not that he's interested in it, but I do think he wants like all the knowledge that is available to him, you know? He likes to be aware of all like political situations. Garen has collected his fairy dust ration. Not rotation. I wish it was a rotation. You only get 1 fairy dust for your ration, which I personally think is so silly. Fae life can be so emotional. It's okay if your wings feel too heavy. Just find a fairy seedling through foraging fables, ordering off the computer, or asking a fairy directly. With one safely in your pocket, you can plant it to summon Mother Nature. She'll remove your essence if you ask and send you on a path towards normalcy. Promoted to natural living novice. Heck yes, Nora. We also got a bonus 300 simoleons. Okay, that's just about the evil gnomes again. I do wish that this gave you different kind of answers the more you looked into like the history. Annoyingly, I actually don't think she has any spinach. We have basil and sage. We obviously do have some daisies. God, we have so many basil bushes. The temptation also to say basil brush every single time I say that is not lost on me. We have 4 basil and 2 daisies. What am I doing? That wasn't even me. That was Umber. Sir, can you now go make something? We can do the Fairy Kissed Blossoms portrait for 20 simoleons. That's the only one we can do because we don't have that spinach, but let's actually make that. Now, this this unfortunately isn't like a full-blown skill. It's also a very, very quick animation. So quick that in the trailer of this pack, I actually missed it. They literally spread something on, they press it, which like they could at least take some time arranging the flowers, you know, and like waiting a couple of days for it to work, considering that's how flower pressing, which by the way, I am pressing flowers for the first time right now. I am begging and praying and hoping that they turn out okay, because it's from my bridesmaid bouquet from my best friend's wedding, who I've known since we were like 12 years old. So I'm really hoping that it goes well. But it is enchanted. This is what it looks like. It is very, very cute. It is a happy work, so it does have a emotional aura, but we're actually gonna try and list this on Plopsy. Today is the part for the side hustles. We are trying to make some simoleons. We need it. Jeez Louise. We need to start earning somehow, some way. But I think that is actually where we are going to wrap it up. I kind of got everyone into what I needed them to be doing. And thank you all so much for tuning in. I obviously have many a idea floating around in my brain. Oh my god, I just noticed these like little flowers out of the rocks. They're so cute. There's so many like cute little details in this pack. Yeah, it might feel like a game pack in its gameplay, but I do like the little details. But thank you all so much for tuning in, and I will speak to you all, of course, in my next one. Bye now.